Hey, welcome back. And as we talked about in the previous two videos, if you haven't watched them, go back and watch number 1 and number 2. But today is all about talking about what pillar number 3 is, as it talks about the 4 pillars of a successful creative business. I'm Noah Elias, and for 35 years, if you guys have been watching this, you know that I started my business going door to door on a bike, then growing it to doing a self-publishing business, hit a lot of roadblocks, was kind of homeless in it, was homeless in a warehouse, and dumped all my money into my creativity. I wanted to build a brand from my creativity, and I wanted to be able to help impact the world. But I first felt like I needed to take care of myself first, then I could start giving and making an impact on the world. Well, how did all that happen? There's a few 4 pillars that I'm sharing with the world right now, and you included, of how do you build a successful creative business? There's pillars to it. There's got to be a foundation to doing that. It's like you want to launch and you want to be able to go make an impact and do it from the creative work that you love. But what's the launching pad you're launching from? Well, the first one that I talked about was discipline. Typically, we don't hear discipline mix with creative people. We don't think that creativity or art mixes with commerce. We've said that before. Can creatives really make a living from their business? My answer is yes. Structures around those disciplines. How are you putting it into place? We talked about that yesterday. And the whole idea of there has to be parameters around your time, like your schedule is a perfect example. What are you doing in terms of your structure? Now today, I'm really going to tie these 3 in, but let me tell you what number 3 is today. Today is one of the pillars, the main pillars of a successful business, and what creatives lack is this: systems. Systems. When you go into Chipotle, it's predictable, man. You walk in, you walk to the right, the first thing you hear is, hey, welcome to Chipotle. And then it's like, hey, is this for here to go? Hey, is this a burrito? Is this a bowl? Is it beans? What kind of beans? What rice? Like, it's systematic. It's a system, right? Well, if you look at this sequence here of forming new disciplines around a specific structure that can be systematized, holy mackerel, all of a sudden, you've taken a system to your creativity, and most creatives are like, oh man, I don't want to be disciplined. I don't want to have to deal with structure and systems. Are you kidding me? They get overwhelmed. But if you want supernatural outcomes, supernatural revenue, supernatural ideas, supernatural impact, you have to have supernatural discipline, structure, and systems. So what did that mean for me? I got a hold of my calendar, sat down with my calendar, started forecasting what my year was going to look like, how much revenue that I wanted to make. If I wanted to bring in, $240,000 a year, reverse engineering to that, what did that mean per month, per week, per day? What were my projects going to cost? I stopped basing things on hours and started basing things on value. Could I charge $10,000 to $60,000 for an original that still took me the same amount as a smaller little original? That's just a perfect example. New structure, new systems, and the disciplines to structure my days and my weeks and my quarters and my years. Time was a big one, but pricing and the disciplines and the systems around that, that's done on a daily basis. That's called the discipline in order to get the outcomes that you want. So typically I'll find creatives that say, man, I do want to be I want to be landing massive clients with my agency or my freelance business. Or artists that are saying, oh, I want to be selling out gallery shows, or I want to be selling out when I hold these events. Well, that's by design. It is by design, and it's scripted, and it's around a system. I've been doing this structure of these 4 pillars for over 35 years that provide year after year, results after results, and building one brick upon the next, and the brand getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Why? Because when you do this every single year, which is amazing, it builds upon itself. And you don't have to start from scratch every single year either. You're starting from a basis of what you did prior. So you draft year after year after year, grow. It's awesome. So you need systems. You need to have the structure around what? Your disciplines to implement this as a rinse and repeat as a creative. I can already hear the resistance and probably your inner critic that's saying, oh, dude, that just sounds like it's going to squelch my creativity. Well, let me encourage you on this. This has bred the most insane ideas for me. Because of the disciplines and the structure and the systems, creativity has gone through the roof. I've got more ideas for ministry. I've got more ideas for impact, more ideas for what series to paint, what books to write, what courses to launch, you name it. But here's the good news. There's hope, and I'm not going to leave you hanging. So what I created is the 31 Disciplines of Successful Creatives. This is a 31-day devotional. Each day, you can read this book, and it's a devotion each day, right? Quick, have it over coffee. But I've done one better. If you go to the link down below, you're going to be able to watch the video that corresponds with this. And I'm going to teach you step by step the disciplines that I've adopted over the last 35 years. You can start implementing these in your creativity and in your business and in your life. And you're going to see the outcomes and you're going to see the growth. I'm telling you right now, if you do these 31 over and over and over as a habit, you're going to get the outcomes. Now, lastly, on the next video, we're going to be talking about video number 4. And this is the 4th pillar. I'm not going to give it away. You got to watch the next one. But the next one's going to really tie this whole thing up in terms of what process that I use to get those extraordinary results in my business, my family, in every area of my life, working this system. So check out the next video. But until then, click the link down below to get your copy, but to also check out the course. Thanks for watching.